Hello. Hold on, I gotta fix my audio balancing real quick. There we go. Hello. Welcome to another dev stream. Today is gonna be pretty straightforward. Mostly gonna be focusing on, let me get my music set up. There we go. Alright. So today is gonna be primarily focused on, holy cow, there are 12 people here already. Welcome. Oh, howdy. This is weird. Oh, hey Dakota, how's it going? Well, let's catch up on the chat real quick before we really get into it. So you go from a couple subs to 1.2k has been insane. It is very insane. Imagine being there. It's weird. I was at 20 subs like 2 weeks ago, so I mean I'm pretty happy with all this. Thanks everybody for showing up. Appreciate it. Hey, welcome, Lemon with Googly Eyes. Last stream, yeah, I know, right? It's weird. We're already like double the average, and the stream has just started, so very cool. Didn't know used Unreal. Yep. It's a difficult engine. Definitely not one I would pick if you're doing if it's like your first time developing. But long term, it's a really good engine because it's so powerful. Win J1 with Bouncer Prime. It's not going to be Bouncer Prime. It'll be if we do a Prime level thing, it would be a different guy. Welcome, Middle Winchester. All right, so let's actually get into what we're going to be doing today. So I'm working on a ranking system. So when you beat the level, you'll get a rank, very akin to Pizza Tower, similar sort of deal. Pizza Tower, Ultra Kill, yada yada. Really need to make my influences obvious. So we're going to be working on the functionality and the menu for that, as well as like a general kind of leaderboard system. And then after that, well, depending on how long that takes, but after that, I'm going to do some level design, make like a small little playground where you can test the mechanics, controls, all that. Use Godot mainly. Yeah, that's a good pick. I've heard a lot of good things about Godot. Alright, so what we're going to do is start by making the sprites for... Oh, and let me know if the music is ever too loud. Say, don't want that to drown anything out. Anyways, so we've got a couple of different ranks. First one is mediocre, and then we've got one up, which is potent, and then we've got the top rank, which is voltaic. And that one I just kind of these I just picked because they're fun words, but voltaic I wanted to specifically have the final rank be a word that starts with a V. I should make a Discord at some point. Maybe. I've heard horror stories about some community Discords, but if it's like fairly, if it's moderated well, then it wouldn't really be a problem. Second level design. Yeah, level design is hard. It is hard. So thank you, appreciate it. It's very dumb, and not the best illustrator, so I kind of lean into very simple, dumb, blocky colors and characters. Okay, so we've got our ranks, and now what we're going to do is go to Blueprints, HUD, and then we're going to make a new user interface widget blueprint. We're going to call that HUD and ranking. So this is going to be our design for our final screen. And I've got a little sketch set up as to what I want it to look like. So I'm going to be referencing that just to make sure it looks correct, or looks good. Okay. So, first we're going to go ahead and grab an image, drag that in, and we're going to assign that to, let's just go with mediocre for now. Then we got to make sure it's looks correct, and like that. So what we're going to do first is just get a general loose layout in, and then I'm going to make a little animation where it slides in and all that. It'll be nice and simple, but first we're just going to worry about layout first. Stupid game, speedrun. Yeah, hopefully people speedrun it. That is the goal. Game looks cool so far. Thank you. I think the game is going to turn out awesome. Thank you. Alright, so this is where the rank is going to go. And then we're going to make a background. So let's go ahead and rename this to rank. And then we're going to call this background main. Not man, main. So I've got another menu here, this little pause menu, which I can go ahead and showcase that a little bit. Obviously, it's not finished. I don't have the control section done, and the sound doesn't properly work. But this is a general kind of idea of the aesthetic we're going to be going for with our end screen like ranking system. So we're going to go ahead and grab this tint, and we're going to color drag and get this guy. Actually, no, that's the color of the buttons. It should be the light blue. Yeah. So we're going to, once again, over here, we're going to grab this nice light blue color. There we go. So we're going to prop this up. Let's zoom in a little bit. We can pull the timeline down. We're going to be doing the animation stuff a little bit later, so no need to worry about that for now. What are you working on currently? Yeah, I'm working on the UI right now. So, like, you know, Pizza Tower Ultra Kill, when you finish a stage and you get your rank, that's the equivalent of what I'm trying to do right now. So, let's give it a tilt of 4, 5, maybe? 6, 7, 10? Yeah, looks about right. Give it a slight angle to it. Go. Give it a nice bit of breadth. Real quick, I think I'm going to actually add a subtle background blur. Drag that out over the entirety. And give that a blur strength, there we go. Blur strength of about 3. Maybe 2? 1. Something subtle. And that's going to go right behind everything else. And that just means that when this UI pops up, it'll look a little bit cleaner. It'll look less like it's just sort of pasted on top. If you've seen your suggestion of making the hand bigger, thank you. Oh yeah, a lot of people were suggesting I make the hand bigger. So it was definitely a good call. I think it looks nicer being larger. Stopping by, saying hi, check out the game I mentioned. I did. It's in the library. I don't know if you're seeing this. You might have left already, Dakota. But I did. It is in the Steam library. Think I made a video out of the stream? Probably not. I just mostly make the like devlog updates. Have you by chance played Neon White? Right, well, I've done this bit like 4 times now, but we're doing it again. Display capture, and then we go over to Steam. We go over here. And then... Yeah, I might have heard about Neon White. Yeah, you could say that. Was me making a speedrun focused FPS? Was that too obvious? Alright. Now we're going to whoop. How did I get the content drawer? Whoops. Get out of there. Anyways, what we're gonna do is copy paste this guy over. And we're gonna have background left. And then background right. But first, we need to grab the color picker and get this color. Then we're going to put that right behind it. And then there you go. We got this nice little blue line to the side here. Which help give it a little bit more depth, help it stick out. Instead of using a shader of sorts to make all the sprites to automate the line art shaking. I have no idea if that would be possible. That would be very convenient, though. I didn't even consider this a possibility. That would be a good thing to look into. Ultra kill much? No? Let's see. It's 1:40 a.m. and I gotta sleep. Hey, no worries. Feel free to go to bed. Any chance of adding a karate chop that reflects projectiles? There has been a lot of suggestions for a parry. I'm not against adding a parry, but I think it needs to be done in a way that's unique, you know? Like, just something that's sort of the standard parry of, like, reflect projectiles or, like, deflect an attack if timed right. It needs like a twist, you know. It needs like some sort of new extra element to it. That's just how my brain works. So now we've got a pretty loose little layout for this. We've got our rank, which I'll probably even make a little larger, and we've got a subtle little background here. Now we're gonna add some text, and we're gonna call this previous best. And, well, previous best and current best. What color did yeah, okay, use white text with a black outline. So, I always forget where exactly that is in Unreal. Like, the layout of content customization is like it's a little janky, it's a little weird. Doesn't necessarily always make the most sense, so we will see. Go. So we've got our previous, and we'll go ahead and make sure that the anchors are lined up. Closest method I know how to do that is using a displacement map, but that's After Effects. Yeah, who knows? I don't. Different button combos for different projectiles. That'd be kind of interesting. Hold the projectile for a little bit if you time it right, and then throw it in a different direction. That is actually a fun idea. Like, if it's... I guess that would probably fit more with the open hand than anything else, but, like, if you could catch an enemy projectile and then throw it, like Villager and Smash Brothers, that'd be kind of cool. Whoops. Alright, so this is our previous. And this is going to be previous time. And we're going to make that a variable, which will let us adjust it in post. So we're going to adjust the content so it'll look something like this. That's a O, not a 0. There we go. Now we can see it'll show the time. The spaces look kind of weird. Let's get rid of those. Yeah. And then we're going to go ahead and copy-paste these two. Copy-paste these two. Move them down a little bit. And this is going to be new best. Drag that on down. And do the same thing. Call that new time. Oh, nope. I keep moving that on accident. New. Or new best. And then pull that back just a little bit. Alright, it's not the prettiest piece of UI in the world. It definitely is going to need some touch-ups, but we can do that later. We publish a demo soon. Depends on your definition of soon. I'm hoping maybe in like a month or two, but really that's just going to depend on when I feel like everything is in a good, presentable state, you know? This song's a little loud, let me turn that down. Yeah. So, now that we've got this in, we need to make an element that will call this to the user's screen. So, what we're going to do is go into Player, go into First-Person Player, or First-Person Character, rather, and then up here, we're going to create widget, and this will be called HUD pause. Oop, I misspelled pause. Wait, what? Not pause menu, it's HUD end ranking. And then we're going to promote that to a variable, which will just allow us to more easily access that when we need it in the future. So we're going to go ahead and call that to end rank HUD ref. And that's all we really need for that for now. So you'll see right now it'll show up. Oh, I forgot to add it to the viewport. Add to viewport. And now we'll see what that would look like, showing up right in front of the player screen. Looks like the blur is actually not covering everything properly. Let's adjust. Oh, I forgot to do this. Duh. And there we go. Now we've got a loose idea what that will look like. It is a little big. I think I'm going to go ahead and tone the scale of everything down a little bit. But we're not too worried about appearances right now. We're mostly trying to get the functionality in, and then after the fact, we'll make it look pretty. So, now we've got a way to call this, attach it to the viewer's screen. And there we go. Actually, we're going to go ahead and want to do one more thing. And we're going to set visibility to hidden. There we go. So now this will basically, it'll exist in the player's viewport, it just won't be visible, so you can actually see what's going on. Oh boy, there's a lot of chat messages. I don't know what to I don't know what to make of anything that was just said in chat. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is go to Content Interactable, and we're gonna make a new blueprint. I think it should be an actor, I believe. Yeah, it should be like the juice pickup. It'll be an actor, and we're gonna call this BP end level. So first we're going to go set up some sprites for it. And we're going to go to Other? Yeah, Other. And I've got these 3 little sprites here, which I'm going to set up so that they are spinning inside of each other to create like this little swirly void effect. So we go to, where did I put it? Interactable. And we're going to go to BP end level. We're going to add a collision sphere. Then we're going to add a sprite. Whoop. Oh, where'd I go? Where am I? There we go. And we're going to make the source sprite void 1. That's way too big. We're going to go ahead and scale that down about... Yeah, that's way too small. I need to turn off the scale lock. There we go. So now we're going to scale it way down. Somewhere around there. Then we're going to grab the collision sphere. Whoop. Oh. Okay, I made it too big. Come back. Yeah, Unreal can be a little janky sometimes with this sort of thing. New enemy type that is boomerang bullets. I am thinking about a lot of different enemy types that are mostly going to be like bullet hell-ish, so very much filling the screen with a bunch of different things you got to deal with. Alright, so now we're going to grab the second one. Let's get rid of both of these locks. We'll keep on the angle lock, actually. And this is going to be void 2. So now you can see you've got this nice little layered effect. And then if we go ahead and grab this one and pull it out even a little bit further, and make it void 3. And there we go. Now we got this nice little effect. So we're going to go into the event graph and set up a couple of different things to make sure that it's running properly and looks correct. And we're going to steal some of that code from enemies and BP Bouncer 2. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get this. And this will just ensure that it is facing the player at all times. And let's go ahead and grab that and put it in the world so we can just test each of these functions as they come. Oh, I made it face the wrong way. Okay, so it's trying to face me, but it's constantly facing sideways, so you can barely even see that it's real. You guys are just having your own having your own conversation now about voidlings. I don't have a name for them other than cells, because they're... The idea is that all the enemies are like parts of this big, weird organism thing. Yeah, that's why they're called cells. Okay, so now we go into viewport, and we're going to go ahead and take everything and rotate it 90 degrees. So now it should actually, yeah, now it'll actually face the player properly. It does look a little small, so I think I'm going to go ahead and scale everything up a bit. Yeah, I think I want it to be maybe even a little bit larger. Yeah, it's not bad. I think that'll work, especially because it'll be hovering above the ground a little bit. Boom. Pull down a little, actually. Yeah, okay. I kind of like that. Okay, next step is going to be to make all of these spin. And that should be pretty easy, I imagine. So, let me actually go ahead and rename all of these to make it a little bit more useful. It's going to be void 1, void 1, void 2, and void 3. So what we're going to do is make sure that each of these is spinning independently to create a nice little kinetic effect. Set actor... That's wrong. Let me read up on chat. Just have these goobers and then a hyper-realistic final boss. I do want something that feels very, like, stylistically out of left field. Be a funny idea for an enemy. Does face-to-face you sideways? I do kind of like the idea of, like, a stealth enemy. That's pretty cool. Make 3D models. Cool. I've tried learning 3D. I've been learning Blender a bit on my own time. And it is hard. Very difficult. Set angle. Set rotation. Set world rotation. Yeah, okay, there we go. So we're gonna do is first we gotta get world rotation, and then add. Whoops. Add. Why is this? Do I not have context? No, I do have context sensitive on. Oh, I need to split this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna do is get add, and I can't remember if it's roll or pitch that I'm looking for. I can never remember. So let's start by checking to see if this is roll. That's definitely not it. What about pitch? That's definitely not right either. Okay, well something's janky here, something's broken. The lap 3 portal. Yeah, I don't think I'll have Pizza's Tower style laps. I mean, it's cool. I don't know how that would work in an FPS. I guess you just could restart the level, but you don't go to the beginning and then go to the end. So it doesn't have like the Pizza Tower structure, you know? Alright, so it's definitely rotating. It's just... Oh, it's because of these. These are setting these are setting this wrong. So I need to plug all of these in, so that way it's accurately updating, I think? Yeah, okay. It's just spinning way, way, way too fast. Is that like 0.5? Okay, that looks a lot better. Let's try 1. Oh, why did it stop spinning? Why did it do that? Oh, I think I need to clamp that, actually. Not clamp. Float. And what this will do is just make sure that it doesn't go outside of a certain range. So for instance, we can say it won't go beyond 360, it won't go under 0. So this way it should... Actually, no, it's gonna keep getting stuck. That is an issue. Because I think what it's trying to do is it's going past 360 degrees, so it doesn't know what to do if I'm telling it to rotate to angle 720. It's not just rotating around multiple times, it's just getting stuck at 360 and not rotating any further. What's the void thing for? Oh, did I say? This is the end level. So like you'll jump into this, you'll get your like end stage ranking, and then you'll move on to the next level. Sorry, I thought I said that already. If I blaze past something, just feel free to let me know. I'm very scatterbrained when I'm like in the middle of working. Okay, so we need to figure out how to make sure that this thing consistently rotates correctly, because right now it's getting stuck at 360 degrees, which means it is time for math. Okay, why are you getting stuck? No, here, let's ignore this first bit of code for now, and see if maybe that's causing any interference. No, it's just getting stuck regardless. Okay, so we know this code is not causing any issues. And it really shouldn't, because this one is triggering after the fact, so it should... Those two shouldn't really intersect ever. So how do we make sure that once it reaches 360, it goes back to... So what if we set up a branch? And... I'm gonna say greater than 360. So if it's greater than 360, then we're gonna set... then we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna do all this. Gonna get all that going again. But we're gonna set the pitch to 0. So what that should do is that once it reaches 360, it'll zoom back down to... Oh, that didn't work at all. Okay, well... Huh. So what's the issue here? Why is this not working? Okay, time for a little debugging. We're gonna go get a print string, and we're gonna drag this into it. So it'll constantly tell us what the rotation is. Is there a way to loop command over and over? Yeah, there is. Kind of. You just have loops. Yeah, Isabel, I'm gonna need you to stop typing Pikmin over and over. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it's going up, and then it's... Why is it getting stuck at 90? It's reaching 90 and then stopping. I thought it was 360. But for some reason, it's getting up to 90, and then it keeps freezing. Why is it getting stuck at 90? It's going from 90 to 91, back to 90. Why is it getting stuck at 90? It shouldn't be doing that. What is causing it to get stuck at 90? I can't... Huh? Huh. What if we do this, but if it's greater than 90? Pitch is greater than 90, then we'll set it to 0. No, it's still getting stuck. Okay. Something is very strange here. We're gonna go ahead and restart all of this, because maybe there's something I did wrong in one of these steps. You know, last dev stream was very smooth. You're getting the real game dev experience now. I mean, add Pikmin to the game. I mean, I like Pikmin, but I think legally I can't really do that. I'd get sent to Hyper Nintendo jail. Okay, so what we need to do is set rotation. What if it's set relative rotation? Would that do it? And get rotation. Can I not get the relative location? Or is this going to be additive? Because if this is just additive, then we're good. I don't know. We're going to do a little experiment. We're going to see how if this functions. Nope. Well, you know, I got to feed it into something first. Get world rotation. Okay, so first we gotta split this struct pin, then add that. Does it work if it's just relative rotation? No, it still gets stuck. Why is it doing this? Why is it getting stuck at 90? I don't know why it's doing this. Alright, you know what? Boring math shit. We do that later. For now, we do functionality. We're not worried about that right now. So, we're gonna get the collision sphere, and we're gonna say on component begin overlap. We're gonna do functionality. We'll come back to that later. And how exactly did I do this? Other actor. Cast to BP first person character. There we go. Pretty sure there's a ton of people waiting for this game. I mean, that's true. What if one of the fans makes a Discord? Yeah, I mean, that'd be fine. You know, people can do what they want. I think I just don't want to have to be in charge of something like that, you know? Like, people who are excited can be, you know, if you're one of them, then, you know, feel free to make that. I think I just tend to be... I've heard enough horror stories to be kind of anxious about that sort of thing. Even if, sure, the community is fairly small, I don't think there would be a ton of people in there. It wouldn't be, like, it wouldn't be a mess. But it's just a, you know, reasonable concern. All fun and void, so you have to code decoration. Yeah. I need to sort my code better. A lot of it is just messy. Okay, so what we're going to do is go back to the first person character, actually. And this is where we're going to call our functionality for clearing a level. So we're going to make a new custom event called level clear. So what this is going to do is set visibility of... Oh, I need to get my ref. There we go. And set visibility to visible. So whenever we call this, it's going to make the end screen rank fully visible. And then what it'll do is... what will it do, actually? Yeah, it's going to have to be code we do in the end ranking. There we go. So what we need to do is program a system in that'll save the time to the best time, and then update it, basically. So, this is where things are going to get probably a little complicated. Because I know two ways of going about this. One, I can set a string for each individual level's previous best time and best time. Not a terrible solution, because there's only going to be like 12 levels, probably. So what that would do is means we have got 12 new variables, each one keeping track of each level's individual stuff. That would be pretty easy to set up, and that could be that could be done in each level's individual bit of code. That for now. Good luck with the programming. Thank you. Appreciate it. Really like what you got. Thank you. Appreciate it, Glowman. Where was I? Yeah. So, what we need to do is, at least for now, set up some test variables that will track the level's previous best time and new best time. So, what we're going to do is... Where exactly should we do that, now that I think about it? We could do it in n level. That'd probably be a good way of tracking it. So, we're going to set a... trying to remember what I used for the timer, actually. Let's go to HUD combo meter, and right here. Yeah, here we go. This is the code that I run to make sure that it's looks correct. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so it gets the world delta seconds, adds that to the speedrun timer, gets the time seconds to string, and then sets the text to that accurate text. So, I'm going to go ahead and just copy-paste all of this on over, just make things a lot easier. Or rather, we need to stop this and save this as a set variable. So, where exactly do we want to do this? Because this is already getting very convoluted. We're bouncing a lot between all sorts of different blueprints and code and whatnot. We'll make a custom event here. We're going to call this stop timing. And what it'll do is get speedrun wait, I don't even get it. I already got it. Oh, it's this. I'm dumb. We're gonna make a new variable. Sorry. And we're going to call that... I think that should just be text. Yeah, that'll just be text. Sorry, my brain is melting right now. A lot of things I gotta think about for this system. It's very convoluted. So this is going to be... let's just call it current level time. So we're going to set current level time to oh no, I'm thinking too big about this. All we got to do is grab this, update that, and then plug this in there. There we go. So whenever the stop timing event is called, it'll take the current time, set that to this specific variable, and then we'll be good. So, let's go ahead and make sure that works right now by plugging this in. Okay, so now all we need to do is call stop timing, and then we will be good to go. Just going to want to set... let's make a new variable for timing. I'm going to make that a Boolean, and we're going to set timing to false. So what we're going to do here is set up a branch, and if timing is true, then actually we're going to set that to false. If timing is true, then yeah. And we're going to set the default value to true. So basically what this will do is just make sure that the timer doesn't keep running when it's supposed to have stopped. Should have online leaderboards. I do actually want to do that. That seems very difficult, like mentally, to figure out how to do that. But I want to have leaderboards. Alright, just check something. Nope, we're good. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to run the event for stop timing. So we're going to get combo ref and run the event stop timing. So there we go. So now if we go to BP and level, we go from here, and we call the event, what do I call it? Level clear. Level clear. Then what it should do is add the HUD to our screen and sprint. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's a 2.46. So once again, 1.254. Yep. So that works. It shows the end ranking, and it'll give us a little glimpse of the time. So that works, which is good. Now what we need to do is go into here, and we're gonna add a new, whatever this one was, text. And we're gonna have to. Oh, I haven't done anything in here yet. Whoops. I'm in the wrong spot. Hold on, let me code this elsewhere. Should we end level? Wait, no, where did I? Hold on, I'm losing track of everything already. Okay, yes. So we're gonna have in here, we're gonna have some universal variables that we can use to track this, which should just make things a bit easier, I want to say. So we're gonna have previous best, and this is gonna be a text variable. And we're gonna have new best, and this is also gonna be a text variable. Didn't know you already had a result screen. Yeah, that's what we've been doing today. I put this little shoddy screen together earlier. Okay, so what we're gonna do is grab these two, and we're gonna need to grab some variables to set them to, which should be relatively easy. So if we get combo ref, and we've got a variable in here called current level time, and this just refers to the new current best time. So we're going to set current level time to new best, or rather, it needs to set new best to current level time. Scratch that. Actually, hold on. I'm thinking way too hard about tracking stuff behind the scenes. Let's make sure that it visually functions and shows up first. So that's in. Oh no, I'm dumb. Okay, what we're gonna do, because this is convoluted. Let me briefly explain why this is such a convoluted thing to code. So I just did this weird, but the way that the level, I'm stumbling over words. The tracking for the time is done here, in the same place where the combo meter is done. So it shows the time, it's tracking the time, all of that. And what it's also doing is like stopping the time. So we're setting the value for what the current best time is here. Problem is, I need it to show up in this different element to set it here. So the best way to do that is to set it to a universal variable here in the main player blueprint, so I can call it from here, and then from here, call it here. Now that I'm saying that out loud, that sounds very inefficient, and I think I'm going to have to redo some things to make that run better. Because I'm already imagining that is going to cause some frame issues. So, it should be relatively easy before getting 73 errors, yes. So, what we're going to do is redo this. We're going to make this more efficient and not dumb. So, we're going to go ahead and incorporate this visually into the combo meter section. It'll be all one thing. So, I don't know why it's not letting me, can I not copy paste stuff? Thought I could. Okay, guess not. Alright, well, we're gonna be recreating it from scratch. Guess this is another chance to briefly explain how everything works. So, we grab an image. We're gonna set it to mediocre. There we go. So that's the sprite, the image, this is the image the player will see that'll show whatever their current rank is. So, if we get that set up, we're going to grab a new image, make it pretty large, give it an angle of -10, 10. Yeah, looks better. Move it to the back. We call this rank. Gonna call this background main. And then give it a slightly more appealing color. There we go. And then we're gonna want to grab these colors for the end parts. So copy paste. We're gonna call this one background left. Grab the tint. And there we go. So now this one is set there. Move it back. Copy paste it one more time. Call this background right. And drag it over here like so. Maybe make this a little larger. Oh, and before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and need to set all of these to invisible, just so we don't have any, visibility issues. Can't wait for the 3-hour debugging session. That's what we're in right now, baby. Let's go. Kind of aesthetic what the levels have. That is very much still in flux. Like, I'm not 100% sure about exactly what it's all gonna look like. I can say I want it to look like a bunch of fractured pieces of different places that are all kind of pulled together, in a very kind of, I don't know, soupy kind of loose way. Should be a lot of fun room to explore that visually. So that's kind of the generalized direction that I'm taking with it. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab some text, make that font Kimberly, size about 55. There we go. Outline, an outline of 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like a good outline. Then we're gonna change the content to previous. I call it previous. Nope, not previous. Previous. What did I? I did not. Whoops. These are the anchors, which will just make sure that it scales properly whenever you are making the screen, the window size a bit larger or smaller. So now we grab this over here. Line it up a little better. There we go. Alright, so we got previous, and now we're gonna get new test. Let's scoot you over a little bit. There we are. Instead of stupid, maybe really silly. No, stupid. Welcome EE22 and Dana Pancake and Herza. Alright, so now we're going to drag this over, and we're going to put a little placeholder 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Drag that on over, make sure it's lined up properly. And then copy paste that down here. So this one is going to be called previous time. And we're going to set that to a variable, which will let us adjust it later. And then this one's going to be called new time. And also set that to a variable. Okay, now we've effectively recreated this screen relatively quickly. So, before I forget, we need to set all of these to hidden. 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 So, yep, now it's not showing up. So now what we're going to want to do is make an event here. And we're going to call this show... what should we call it? Maybe end rank. Or just go level clear to make it consistent. So we're going to set visibility. And we're going to need to grab a bunch of these elements in and give them a good old visibility so you can actually see them. Oh yeah, Unreal. Get the Void Champion rank but not dropping your combo. Interesting. Do you stream only here? Yeah, I do. I only stream on why did I say Discord? Because I read Discord and chat. I only stream on YouTube. I did Twitch for a bit, but nobody ever showed up because I didn't like, the YouTube videos, the devlogs and stuff. It helped quite a bit in actually drawing people to streams. Common sense in Discord, 2S2 rules should be a third or fourth rule in the server. I mean, I'd say probably generally like keep things on topic, about the game. Like if it's in the main channels anyways, like obviously I think there should be space for people to chat and hang out and whatever. I think that's what a Discord's for, but that's probably a good thing. Common sense and Discord TS is 2 rules, yeah. I mean, I'd say like keep it like PG-13 is like a good place, you know? Mark that. It's like, let people know that like you can swear and whatever, but, you know, be reasonable about what you're posting and talking about. We want to keep this a good place. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, back to focus. So, probably a better way of doing this, actually, now that I think about it. We're going to add a new canvas panel. And we're going to put all of these guys into that panel. And the benefit of this is what it'll let us do is set the canvas panel itself to be visible or invisible instead of having to set everything individually. And it also lets us animate them as a collective. And hopefully that'll make sense in a little bit as to why I'm doing this. Yeah, so we're going to call this, let's call this the level clear panel. Maybe spell that better. Level clear panel. And if we drag it back out, there we go. Now we've got ourselves a nice little section. Should look, yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set all of this back to visible, because what we can do is set the panel itself to hidden, and that'll hide everything that is nested within it. And that'll just save us a lot of code work. It'll just make it a lot cleaner looking. So now that's all visible, and it should be visible in game. Yep. But if we were to go ahead and set the level clear panel itself to hidden, there we go. Now we don't have to do all that extra nonsense. So if we go to this panel, make it a variable so that we can adjust it, drag it in here, and then bada bing bada boom, whenever we call this level clear event, it will make the panel visible. So if we go here to this old event, we can go ahead and close that out because we don't really need it. And yeah, so once we overlap with this event, this guy, it'll call this event the level clear event, which will go here, and then this will do all of the different code that we need it to do. Yeah. So we're going to call level clear here, and then it'll stop timing. Alright. Yeah, okay, there we go. It works. That is awfully loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, so we're back to functionality, and now it's done in a much, much cleaner way. This code is a lot prettier looking than what it was. We're not going to have to call from one thing to another thing and then call back to something else. We're good. This is much better. Alright, so since we've basically gotten rid of the need for that extra HUD element I made, I'm going to go ahead and go up here and get rid of all of that. We do not need it. Alright, so now comes in some of the difficulty of making sure the variables are actually functional. So, what we're going to do is we're going to set new time. We're going to get new time. We're going to, what would I call it? Is this one new time? Yeah, this one's new time. So we're going to set new time, not get new time. We're going to, oh, I can't set it. Oh, we have to set text. There we go. So what we're going to do is level time? Yeah, we're going to get current level time and then set that to that. So what it should do is set the UI. Oh, it just set it to nothing. It just doesn't show it as anything. That's weird. I don't know why it did that. It should just set it to the text. Because it's printing, if you'll see in the top left, I've got a print string command, which will show that its reading is 1.481. But for whatever reason, it's not printing that, it's printing nothing. It's just deleting the text entirely. Make it so if you bird up for a while without attacking, there's a chance enemies just get sad. It's kind of funny. Rule 4, no war crimes. Probably a good rule. Have you found any music yet? Or have an idea what the music will be like? I'm reaching out to a friend right now, seeing if he wants to do the composition. That's the current plan. What is your opinion on pineapple? I quite like pineapple, especially grilled pineapple. Very tasty. What's your social media? I wanted to put in the resources channel. I got a Twitter called it's Ceph_new, I think, or new Ceph. It's one of those two. It's linked on my itch.io page. But there's just the YouTube, the Twitch, and the Twitter. I don't even use not the Twitch, the YouTube, the itch.io, and the Twitter. But I don't really use the Twitter, even though I probably should. There's no real downside in using it, right? But I don't post on it. Oh, it works. It worked. Yes. Pineapple on pizza. Yeah, that's. Hello. Hey, hey, we're back. Stream died for a second. Okay, we are live. Okay, we're good. Alright, here we go. Here you go. There's the itch. And then there's my, I'm not calling it X, it's Twitter. I've got 0 followers though, because I made this like 2 weeks ago and haven't done anything with it. But there's the links if you want to put them somewhere. Okay. So, we are back and we are live. Right? I think so. Alright. Sorry about all the distraction. I got very weirded out by everything just crashing. Okay, so for some reason it seems like it's only... Yeah, it's only doing that the second time I go in. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so what's calling stop timing? It should be this, right? It should be in here. This is calling stop timing. Oh, it's because it's calling that second. So it's yeah, okay. It needs to stop timing first and then call it. That's the issue. Okay, so now, yeah, now it'll show your time. Only problem is it's not actually stopping the, That's weird. Why is the time incrementing so slowly? Like, it's going up, but, like, barely. That's weird. I don't like that. You're indeed back? Okay, good. Alright, so, yeah, it shows the screen. It functions, kind of. It's still a little janky, but it does the job. Sort of. So, now this is where things get a little bit convoluted. So, what we're going to do is go to the combo meter. I think I'm going to have it set up... Actually, no, I think it makes more sense to do it here. So, we've got a lot of variables that I need to clean up. And we're going to go ahead and make a new variable category to sort all these. And this is going to be... Let's call it... best times, or like speedrun times. Yeah. This is just where we're going to put all of the speedrun related variables to keep the focus sort of in check. So, we've got previous best and new best. And then we're going to set, we're going to make a couple of new variables. Like this one is also going to be in speedrun times. And this is going to be called mediocre time. And we're going to copy paste that 2 more times. And this one's going to be potent time. And this is going to be voltaic time. And before I forget, let's make sure that those get good and sorted. Okay, there we go. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is whenever you start a new level, it will cast to the main player blueprint and then tell it what the times are required for each individual stage to get each individual ranking. And that way we can keep it sort of all condensed in one focused spot. Never used Unreal before, although I've seen some devlog videos, and I've only seen them use visual scripting. Is there some kind of C# option or something? There is. I think it's C. I think it's C++. I believe Unreal uses. But yeah, if you want to use like Visual Studio, or anything else, there you can do like actual code and not the node-based stuff. I just find the node-based stuff to feel a lot more intuitive to my dumb brain. Alright, so what we need to do now is open the level blueprint, and what it's going to do is set mediocre time. Oh, I made a mistake, actually. I made a big mistake. I'm realizing what I need to do at the end of the level thing, what I need to do there is set it so that way it'll do a comparison to see if your time is higher than the time for each individual rank. So like if the goal time is 1 minute, it needs to check that your time is, if it's higher than 1 minute, and then award you with the rank. Problem is I made the variables as strings, so it's just text. It can't check to see if a text is higher or lower than something else. So I'm gonna have to redo those real quick to make them actually readable by the game. So the previous best and new best are okay to keep as text, because all those need to be is red, as like visually red. These need to actually function within the code. So, how do I convert from? How do I convert from like an int time, like an integer or a float, to text? I know there's a way to do that. I forget, because I'm dumb. I think I have it in combo meter? Yeah, here we go. Okay, time seconds to string. Okay, this is perfect. So all we need to do is get a float, convert time seconds to string, to text string, and then set text. Alright, I got it. Can I send the server link in here? Yeah, go ahead. Feel free. I gotta remember to talk slower. When I get like amped up and my brain starts running, I start talking really fast, and then I start stumbling over myself. That's kind of part of why I want to do the streams, is because it'll force me to get better at talking good. Like I'm good with a script, but when I have to like talk and say something live, I'm very stuttery and stumbly, as I'm sure you've noticed already. Anyways, enough talking and jabbering. Let's get back to work. So, we're going to make these a float, and a float, and a float. And, you know, let's make them all floats. Why not? Oh. Had to recompile there for a second. And let's set this to not an integer, a float. There we go. Okay, so now we've got floats that are going to be much easier to work with from a programming standpoint. We can actually use these to compare if you beat the best time or not. So, what we're going to do is go to tutorial stage, and it's going to set mediocre time. It's going to set potent time, and set voltaic time. So I'm thinking what it's going to do is it'll make the most sense if it checks from the highest rank to the lowest rank. So in the end clear section, it's going to check to see if your time is higher than voltaic, and if it's true, it'll set it to voltaic. If it's not, then it'll set it to potent, and if it's not, it'll set it to mediocre. In fact, I don't think I really even need I don't even need mediocre time now that I think about it, because if it's not potent or voltaic, it's automatically going to be mediocre. So we can save a little bit of extra coding there. We can just assume that if the others are false, then this has to be true. So we're going to say potent time is, I don't know, 2000? I don't really know what that equates to in, like, actual time. You know, before we go too much further, let's go ahead and go to combo meter and do this. So I just want to real quick check to see what it'll give us if I put in 15,000, is that 25 minutes? Okay, maybe not. Let's say like 10. What does 10 look like? 10 seconds. Oh, it's just literal. I'm thinking way too hard. It's just 10 seconds. Okay, let's try double take. You want to get it in under 5 seconds, and for this you have to get it under 10 seconds. So we can. I'll keep this code in here just in case we need it later. Oh, I don't think the link showed up. Actually, it's not. I don't think it's letting you do that because you're not allowed to send links in chat usually. You know what? You can. I'll make you. Sure, you can be a standard mod. Maybe if you're a mod, you'll be able to send it. What engine would you recommend to someone who is experienced with block-based coding, trying to upgrade to proper language? Well, if you're experienced with like block stuff like Scratch, I'd say Unreal is a pretty good like natural fit. It is pretty easy to understand. Although if you're looking to go from something relatively simple like a Scratch and straight into like an actual engine, I would say Unreal's probably not your best bet, just because Unreal is very, very complicated. Like I had to spend a full year of just learning Unreal to even get this far, and I haven't even like. I'm still like not an expert in Unreal. But like RPG Maker is one I spent a lot of time in, and that's a very fun way to get your feet wet with something that's very limited, so your ideas can't get too big with it. But Unreal I think is great. It's just really hard. Love the progress of your work. I wonder if you ever need any voice actors free of charge. Oh, well that'd be appreciated. I don't think that I'm intending. I don't think. I'm not really planning to have voice acting right now. Maybe some like funny screams and stuff, but yeah, if I need like voice acting properly, then I'll probably put out a call. So feel free to apply for that if that ever happens. Although I would want to pay people if I'm getting somebody to do work for my game. I want to pay people. All right. So, what was I doing? Yes, timing. So, we've got it set up so that way it'll set the voltaic time and the potent time. So if we go to here, we're going to get branch, and if should I do it here or should I do it elsewhere? I guess it wouldn't hurt to have. Oh, but then I need a new current time variable. Then I need the current time variable here too. Yeah, let's set a current variable. That'll probably be best long term. Yeah, so it'll set current level time. So I think what we're gonna want to do is actually, yeah, we're gonna make this a float just like everything else did, because floats are. Actually, no, this is the one that's already been converted to. No, I'm dumb. What am I thinking? What did I do? This is really feeling like a true programmer experience. I'm looking back at the thing I wrote 10 minutes ago, and I'm like, who made this? What does this do? What is this gibberish function for? So we're gonna get a float. We want to make a float. We want a float. We don't want a text variable. We want a float. So we're gonna get rid of all this, and we're gonna get a float. Yeah, change variable type. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll get current level time, and then yeah, and then we run this code to convert it to yeah. This makes more sense. Yeah. I got it. Now I know what I'm doing. Now I'm thinking big. So now, shit, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. I thought Did I delete something? Why do I feel like I deleted something? I think I'm just imagining things now. Oh no, this went away because I changed the variable types. Duh. What else would happen? Okay, there we go. So what this will do is set current level time. We're gonna stop it. We're gonna set speedrun timer to that, and then we're gonna set current level time to this. So now what it should do is properly yada yada, and then boom, Yeah, 231. Perfect. Okay. We are in business. Moss? What do you mean moss? Okay. Whenever I get frustrated or happy that something's working, I just shoot the portal a bunch. Okay, but it works. It works, 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 it works. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and make yet another new variable. This is also gonna be a float. We're gonna call this current time. And we're going to compile that and set it to a speedrun time. There we go. Okay. And then we're gonna get current time. Now we're gonna set current time. We're going to set current time. From combo ref, we're going to get what did I call it? What did I call it there? It was current level time? Yeah. Get current level time. This is getting convoluted fast. I think I'm gonna have to figure out a slightly more efficient way to do this after the fact, but for now it'll do the trick. If it functions, it functions. That's the first step. I'll take that as a yes. That. I just don't really know what the question was. Okay. Alright. We got it. So, if current time, so we're gonna get current time. If current time is greater, or no, if current time is less, let's say less than or equal than voltaic time, yeah, if current time is less than or equal to voltaic time, if that's true, then what we're going to do is run an event in here to set the rank. So, we're going to let's make some custom events for this. Set rank voltaic. Set rank potent. And set rank mediocre. And these will all be very, very simple. All we need to do is grab this guy, rank, and set sprite, or set image. Okay, it should be simple. I just can't remember. Set brush. Nope. Set brush from asset. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Damn it. I thought I had it. Okay. Set what? What do I need to set? Why can I remember how to do this? This is the easiest thing on the world, and I cannot, for the life of me. It's brush. Yeah, it's brush image. What if I just type image? No. Set brush from texture. That's what it is. Yeah, okay. Not mediocre. Probably also going to need to make a system to track if the combo's ever been dropped for Voltaic Plus, but I'll do that. Want to join the server? Yes, I will do that post-stream, because I don't want to accidentally like leak something on Discord or whatever. Not that I really have anything important to leak, but yeah, I'll do that after the stream is ended. Okay, but now that we spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to change an image, because I am, like I said, very, very good at Unreal, we are good to go, and we can set rank mediocre, and mediocre. There we go. Alright, so now what we're going to do is go back here, and if the current time is faster than Voltaic, then we're going to run the event set rank Voltaic. And if it is false, then it'll go over here to this next bit of code, and this will instead be contrasting to the potent time. Actually, before I do anything, let's just make sure that this little bit works. So if I get there real quick, boom, it says the rank is Voltaic. Perfect. It works. It works. Okay. So now if this is true, then we're going to want to set rank potent. And if this is false, then we're going to set... what am I thinking? Why is my brain dumb and small? Set rank mediocre. Okay, so now if we wait like, I think I said it's over 5 seconds. So if we get a time of over 5 seconds, then yeah, there we go. We get potent. And let's see what happens if we wait over 10 seconds. Then we should get mediocre rank. Should, ideally. Give it a second. And there we go. Okay, we've got a functional ranking system, kind of. There's a lot of things that still need to actually work, but visually it functions. Now I'm going to take a real quick break, because not a break, but a minor fix, real quick rather. Getting a little error message from Unreal where it's telling me that my streaming for not the live streaming, but texture streaming is too small. So I'm just gonna put in a command that'll make sure that it knows we have room for the textures. All right, perfect. That kind of works. Oh yeah, I also have a death screen. It's very bad, but you can see it just brings a black screen down and then instantly respawns you. That's it's certainly not finished, but it does kind of function. So having the death screen will be good because it'll let us save previous bests and current bests and all that. Actually, how do I want to exactly do this? Previous, new best. I think maybe it'll make more sense rather if I call these if I slightly reword that. So this is best time. Whoops. That works. We're gonna call this best time, and then current time. There we go. I think that just makes a little bit more sense. So that way we know what each time actually means and does. Okay. Yeah, looks a little janky. Obviously, I just realized that it's overlapping. The juice bar is going on top of the end ranking screen, so definitely gonna have to fix that. Oh, and I just realized it's affected by all the other animations. That's kind of funny. It's like it's shaking when you shoot and it gets pulled in and out. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. But now what we need to do is save like a conclusive best time and a current time. So if we go to the tutorial stage blueprint, and I'm thinking a lot of this will be able to, well, I'm thinking, because there's going to be like a hub area. So you'll be able to enter a stage, and outside of each stage you'll be able to see what that level's current time, like best time is, and best ranking. Sort of like a Pete's Tower, you can see that. So I'm probably going to need to make a separate system to control the variables for all of the individual levels that I can check that element and call everything from there. That's probably going to be my best approach. I'm going to have to get off stream. See you later. So yeah, thanks for joining. Do you have a streaming schedule by any chance? Right now the plan is just to do it on Tuesdays at 11:30 to around, usually whenever my throat starts feeling painful. So usually I'd say sometime around 2 hours, maybe a little more, maybe less. Just really depends on the day and how I'm feeling, mostly. Yeah, it's not particularly set in stone at all. It's pretty loose. Okay, back to business. So now what we need to do is make a... where's this gonna go? Not really HUD, it's not really enemies, it's not player weapons. I guess it's kind of player, kind of HUD. I guess it's more HUD than it is player. So let's go with this. Yeah, we'll make it here. So we're gonna make a blueprint, make an actor. We're gonna call it BP Time Tracker. And this is kind of messy, the way I'm envisioning it. So I'm probably going to do some of the specifics of this off stream, because I don't think that me figuring out tables and setting up a bunch of variable tracking is going to be that interesting. So we're going to keep it simple and do the more interesting part for now on stream. So you got this, and now what we need to do is set it so that way it'll say best time. Well, actually, now that I think about it, that is probably going to be kind of the boring code part. So we'll do that later. That'll be off stream. I'll figure that out on my own time. PC should be rid of using Unreal Engine. Just mean, yeah, it's pretty intensive. Fans are decently quiet right now, though. That's it's kind of the benefit of what I'm making, is that it's so, like, this game is very not technically demanding, as I'm sure isn't super surprising, but it's in Unreal, so there's kind of an inherent amount of like resources that it needs to use. Okay, I think that'll do it now for the UI stuff. The rest of it I'll figure out off stream later. That'll be the boring math shit I do on my own time. So let's go to maps, and let's go to the, I think I called it demo level 1. Yeah, here we go. So now we're gonna work on some level design, do some testing, try to see what makes these levels good and fun. Hopefully. Let me just go ahead and update this, so that way it's a little more accurate. There we go. Alright. So this is all we've got of a little level right now. Obviously very rudimentary, mostly just some blocky shapes to give us a very loose idea of some of the stuff you can do. Not particularly complicated or super interesting, but it does the trick. Thinking areas we could do a couple skips, like up here you can use the uppercut, and then charge here and do that, yada yada. Little things like that. Because what I'm trying to do right now is make a pretty simple little physics playground, so that way you can test your different tools, so that way you can try what things are going to look like and feel like and all that. So, how do we make something that'll really feel and look good, and not look good, but feel good and be a good way to showcase the strengths of this game? That's a tricky question. And this is a little too linear for that, I think. So we're probably going to add some additional pathways and little splits just to really explore what the physics can do. Make a bunch of different kinds of obstacles. Have you considered adding multiplayer? Or maybe the thing Electrical does, we compare with Steam friends. I like the second option of like being able to compare with Steam friends. I don't know how to do that. I don't even really know where I'd like begin with doing that. But I like stuff like that. I think it's cool. Online though, don't intend to add, just because this is supposed to be a pretty small scale, like pretty simple project. So I think trying to go through the hurdles of making servers and learning how to make the game properly online, and then coding in all the extra stuff for like a multiplayer mode, that's very, very difficult. And that would have to be like its own whole project in and of itself, you know? Okay, enough babbling. Let's get back to coding, and not coding, but level designing. So, this part is a little clunky. Kind of looks fun, but it's not actually as fun as I really would have hoped. So, where do we want to start from here? Where do we really go into making this something kind of interesting? Let's start by adding a little pathway out this way. How about that? We can move you down. Really need that right now. Pretty much everything else can be kind of small, just so we can see this window. So, thinking maybe we've got sort of a wider area of a couple different paths you can go and just explore this little sandbox. So, drag this guy out here. And you could get a nice little boost over here. You can see where there's a crack in the geometry right there. You can even shoot through it. So, you get over here, and then we're going to make a... Let's just drag this box over. Why don't we make it a little easier on ourselves? Thinking right over here, maybe we can have an enemy or two, have a nice little combat encounter, perhaps. Maybe even a little hallway with a gun enemy, so you gotta like strafe left and right. That sounds kind of fun. So let's rotate that up 90 degrees. Oh, something's wrong with that. Oh, it's not an actual like normal rectangle. It's strange. Whoops. What do you think of mods for your game? Mods are cool. I definitely want to do mod support if I can. That's just difficult. Probably. You know, main concern is just making a game that works, but I think modding communities and modding scenes are very cool. I definitely wouldn't be like a a Nintendo type or whatever and get trigger happy over people using my, well, like you could make a fan game, you could do whatever really. I don't think I'd be super picky about who can use it. Just this back. This is all gonna be a little janky looking, but that's fine. We're really just trying to do some testing right now. See what's fun, see what's not, all that. How many levels are you thinking of adding? Well, like I had mentioned earlier, this is supposed to be a pretty small, simple project, especially since I'm graduating college in a year, and I want to have something like presentable that I can use to hopefully start like a proper game dev career. Yeah, that was a little too easy. Didn't really pose much of a threat, especially because he kept walking forwards. Might be better if I have these guys be like stationary somewhere, and they're just kind of like a focused little turret. That might work. More fun. Ah, shit, I hit. Oh no, it took me back here. That's actually kind of fun though. I kind of like that. That's a neat little section. I might have to add a little wall or something to the front so you can't immediately see him, like a little curve to the hallway, so that way you have to like get in there and then deal with it while avoiding their shots a little more efficiently. If the end portal spawns as soon as the level starts, players might be able to run past enemies and ignore the combat. Well, it'll spawn right at the start, but you won't be able to access it until all the enemies are dead. So you have to kill all the enemies first. Yeah, that was a concern I had, but that is taken into consideration. Oh, sorry. Completely ignore the question of how many levels. So ballpark, I'm gonna say like 12 to 15, probably 3 to 4 worlds of 3 to 4 levels apiece. Something in that range. Yeah, see now you can, if it's like that, you can kind of just not have, you don't have to really engage with that obstacle. Which I don't love that. I do want the player to actually engage with the obstacles that are presented before them. It's kind of fun that you can do this. Okay, I shouldn't have run directly at them. That was stupid. I need to fix it also so that's not just sending me back to the same level over and over. It should actually send me to the level I'm on. It feels pretty good though. That's fun. I like that. Alright. So let's add a little hallway section. Alright, squish this guy down. And pull you over. I'd say right about there. Like I said, this is all for testing. I'll worry about making it look nice and not a flat textured mess once we're a little further along. Bop. All right. So that's a neat little section. Now what do we do after this? Maybe we can even let's go into brush editing and grab the pen so we can make a nice little custom shape. Where's the top down? Here we go. There we go. There's the hallway. So let's say we want to add a little platforming challenge right here. Just a couple of little squares that the player can jump along. Maybe they gotta spiral their way upwards and fight some extra enemies. Maybe they gotta climb upwards while getting shot at from enemies, and you got some of the guys camping the ledges. So it's a little spiral staircase while dealing with different enemy types. Something like that. That could be fun. Adding rooms that encloses you with the enemies that you can't proceed unless you kill the enemies is a good idea, like Doom Ultra Kill. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I don't know if it's super necessary, is the only thing, just because the nature of the game requires you to kill all the enemies, like a Neon White, as someone in the chat said. There's definitely some Neon White inspiration for sure. The game is quite fun. But since killing all the enemies is essential, I don't know if I really need to close the enemies in strictly. Like not in the way where it'll close the door and you can't get out till you kill the enemies, but like it still will in like this sort of an instance where like you can't access them except for through this little window or something. And maybe enemies that only spawn once you reach a certain area, so that way they don't immediately see you or something like that. That'll definitely work. Should make it so you can change your weapon with the scroll wheel if you can't already. I don't know about that, because my concern with that is that the whole gimmick of the game is dependent on, switching like this. So if you include the scroll wheel, then you don't really have to engage with the main, like, gimmick, You don't really have to use the whole weapon switching as much. Will there be a yellow in me? Yeah, probably. I need to use all the primary colors. Nope. Hey, Logan. Secret Mecha Jumbus boss. There probably will be a secret boss of some sort for, like, doing everything. It probably won't be tied to Cool Zone or anything, though. Shit. I died immediately. There he's actually a little tricky. Alright, so let's rotate this a little bit. And let's lift you up a skosh. Oh, whoops. Grab the whole object. There we go. And then drag it up a little bit. And then... Actually, doesn't Unreal have, like, a default, like, spiral staircase? Probably don't need to be making my own convoluted one out of blocks and shit. Drag it up a little. Rotate a little. Maybe up a little more. Yeah, definitely inconsistent, a little jank looking, but let's see how that feels to climb. Yeah, right. The sniper rifle might be a little good on those guys. Okay, yeah, kind of works. I mean, that kind of works. It does work. Can you jump straight up? No, you cannot jump. Cannot jump straight up there. Maybe. How about this? How about this? It loops up around. You can use this staircase to climb up to here. We'll have another enemy here, maybe like a slapper, a bouncer, something like that. And then you'll lead back up onto this staircase, and then this will have a section that leads out over here, back to the main part of the level. So that way it sort of intersects with itself. See. 13 viewers is terrible. Hey, I think it's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm used to like getting 2 when I did Twitch streams and like even on YouTube. And like the highest I ever got was like 3 or 4. Actually, no, I had one stream I had like an average of 5 for like 40 minutes. That was pretty cool. So getting like even right now we're down to 10, but even getting 10 is much better than I'm used to. Make it a roguelike for the funsies. That sounds hard. We add a feature where players can see enemies left where enemies are. I'll maintain the pace of the game. Yeah, maybe. Because the thing is, like, I want it to be, like, you should remember where the enemies are for, like, your rep. You need to be able to remember what the enemies are for your own, like, routing and whatnot. So, searching the level pretty thoroughly at least once to discover where all the enemies are located and start building your route from there is just kind of part of the core gameplay experience. But also making enemies that feel like they're intuitive to find and not like super hidden. I think that is also that's definitely important to do for sure. Ba 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 ba. All right. Let's see if that's enough height to reach that little section. How did you bet the sound effects? I assume you make the sound effects. I use a program called BFX-R. And it's like for crunchy 8-bit kind of sound effects, which I'm thinking about changing some of those because this isn't really like an 8-bit like retro kind of feeling game. But I just like how crunchy these sounds are, like that, very nice and crunchy. But I usually just go through that and tweak a bunch of settings till I make something that I like the sound of, something that's suitably stupid, loud, aggressive, that kind of thing. What are you working on right now? Welcome back, Mr. Game Planet Animations. I'm working on, what's the word? Right now I'm just doing a level design stuff, but I did UI earlier. Like I made a little system for whenever you complete a stage, and it'll give you like an end screen like ranking. So that is fully functional and featured now. Whoops! Why didn't I go up at all? Why didn't I go up? What? That was weird. I just didn't go anywhere for a second. That was really weird. Oh, it's because you. Oh, I've never. Shoot, I need to fix that. If you use the uppercut and then immediately jump, it'll try to do the jump velocity instead of the uppercut velocity, so it just gives you much less. But only if you have Coyote time up. Okay, that's interesting. I need to fix that later. If it's gonna be like Neon White, levels should probably be short to prevent backtracking and make it easy to restart. Um, yeah, I'm of two minds of that, because I kind of like levels that are a little bit more meaty and have like a clear like structure to them, kind of like an Ultra Kill, because I think Ultra Kill is a very, very fun speed game. Um, and those levels all are like decently substantial, and a lot of times that can make the restarts pretty difficult because they're pretty big. And like a pizza tower, you know, where getting a P rank is difficult because you got to do like up to maybe 6 minutes of a complete run of a level without making any major mistakes, and that's hard. But it is also very fun. So short levels, good for like quick restarts and maybe leaning into that speedrun nature, but it can be more difficult and kind of more rewarding, and you can do more with the levels if they're longer. So there's definitely pros and cons to both approaches. I don't know why, but I always thought this project was made in Godot 4. I've seen a little of Godot. It seems like a cool engine, but I myself have not spent a whole lot of time learning how to use it. Not a whole lot of time. I haven't spent any time learning it, but it seems pretty cool. All right, let's grab a let's put a slapper up here. See if that does anything to the level design. Let's sneak attack. Okay, then we go, yeah. Okay, now we're at no juice, but we've made it over here, and we can zoop. Okay, it still feels a little clunky for sure. I think this is going to be a lot of, I think there's going to be a lot of future dev streams like this of just like trial and erroring the gameplay design to really see what works and what doesn't. Can you walk down? Oh shit! Holy moly, that was a jump scare. I just walked down and ended my life. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Oh wait, no! I forgot to add a death plane. I forgot to. So there's gonna be a system where, like, if they fall off the edge of the stage, they die. That also doesn't work with the player right now. If you fall off, you just keep falling. But I knocked that guy off into the abyss, so there's no way to actually kill him. He's just stuck in purgatory. So that's something else I need to program. Bah. Bah. Oh shit. Well, see, that's the downside of the rifle. If you miss your shots, it is very expensive. But if you take your time to line it up, it's very powerful. Yeah, that needs to be either more expensive or like have less range or something. It's definitely too good. Oh, okay, that's weird. My playlist keeps resetting. For some reason, whenever it gets to Mystic Cave Zone on Sonic 2, the whole playlist just like stops working. Really interested in how the enemies are called cells. So the gist of the game is that you're in a thing called a Void Collector, which is a big old mysterious mass that likes to collect things from different like places and time periods. Bye-bye, idiot. See ya. But it's basically like a big living organism, in a manner of speaking, anyways. So the cells are different people that have been pulled into the void and have basically become part of it. So that's why they're called cells. You can make fingers unlockable, or they always be available from the start. Could be run by the amount of moves and stick to using one combo. That is a good point, but I kind of like a game like a Pizza Tower, you know, where there's a lot of tools and a lot of moves you have in it, but you don't need to unlock them. You just have access to all of this right away, and it's up to the player as they get better to willfully incorporate more and more tools into their skill set. That sort of thing. You can increase the sniper's main drawback of its slow speed. Yeah, it definitely needs something, because obviously it is really good. Oh shit! I got double killed. Okay. So let's add one of these guys right on over here. Right on over here. Right on over here. Yeah, that works. And we'll have this platform hanging out right here. Then we're going to drop in a... Oh. Is he in there? Where'd he go? There we go. And then we got put another Gunther up there and see how that... Oh, right! I forgot to make it so that the Gunthers can shoot downwards. They can only shoot straight ahead. Oops. I got things to fix later. Well, I feel stupid. That feels fun to do. Okay, well, obviously that's not good. You should add a horror level and have funny jump scare screams. That sounds awfully familiar, doesn't it? I feel like I've heard that one before. Alright, now let's add a... That was weird. Let's add another little platform over here. Give the player another pathway they can take. Because this is a general kind of idea of the structure I'm thinking, where the levels would be more open-ended than something like Neon White, which are very linear and focused stages. Like you get this car to use on, or this gun to use on this section, this gun to use on this section, and you can break the order a bit. You can be creative, but for the most part, you're generally going to be following what the game is telling you to do. What I want are levels that are more open-ended than that, and you can go about them in more creative, different ways. Like it's very loose structurally. I really want to lean into doing that. Hello there, Gremlin. I was wondering how you make your enemies always face your player. When I tried something like that for a game jam, it really tanked performance. Well, that can certainly be a problem, especially if you have a lot of enemies. And there's probably a better way, a more efficient way to do it than what I'm doing. Because this is just, yeah, every tick, every frame, essentially, it's setting their rotation to look at the player. And on its own, that's not super intensive, but that might be an issue the more characters there are. So if it is a performance issue, I'll have to look into reworking it, but as for right now, it hasn't really posed to be a problem. But it might be. So, but that's how I have done it. Although I think that also probably depends on exactly what engine you're using, but the gist is like you want to get your actor location, find like the whatever. Just take a screenshot of that if you need it. Someone much smarter and better at math than I am came up with that idea. Alright. So, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of this guy for now, because he can't... too fast. Because he can't even aim at me, because I'm a fool and forgot to program that in. Let's chuck a bouncer on here and see if that see what that does. Then we're going to add maybe like a little stepping stone pathway up here. Give it this nice little Sonic the Hedgehog-esque multiple split pathways, although you have to kind of go on all of them. Making him turn when he shoots. Yeah, I probably won't make him like turn up and down. I'll just... Actually, that might read better. That might read more clearly. So maybe that's a good idea, actually. Let's angle these a little. And then we'll have this this sort of narrow stepping stone pathway where you gotta run across these little bricks to make your way up to the up and around. Maybe we'll even have a yeah, okay, wait. Got a good idea. So if we drag this over, put this up here, you should be able to reach that. I think you should. Oops, I copy pasted that. Didn't mean to do that. Go. Okay. Well, first let's see if we can actually reach that. Oh shit. Okay, we got it. We made it back. Yeah, I think that doesn't work. A lot of the enemies and level design is definitely going to need reworking, because I like the idea of everything being these like big fractured, splintered pieces. But the enemies, like you can see the bouncer here, he just doesn't know what to do. He can't get me. I gotta walk into him for him to be able to even do anything. What did I collide with? Oh, it's this. I keep forgetting to move this. This is the event that controls like how the sky looks, but it keeps like colliding with things. So I have to keep moving it out of the way. Yeah, so I need something to make sure that the enemies can actually like be a threat with this kind of level design. Like these guys, the projectile guys, obviously they are not really struggling. They can shoot me from quite a distance. Although he's... You feeling alright, buddy? He's, Okay, well that's something else I'm gonna have to, have to figure out what the issue with that is. But yeah, the projectile enemies can actually be effective. But a lot of the enemies, like this guy, they just don't work. Do you have any finger combinations left for new weapons? I have one more weapon planned. I'm still a little bit on the fence as to what it's going to be, but probably like an explosive type weapon. Something in that ballpark. The exact functionality is not super well planned, but something like that. But as a sniper gives you a lot of knockback upon usage, that could be pretty good actually. Like it pushes you really far back, potentially even far like out of the range of the sniper. But you could also use it as like an approach tool. So maybe giving it a slight increase and a lot of knockback to make it really dangerous to use, but also still very powerful. That could be good. Yeah, rocket jumping sniper rifle sounds fun. Yeah, the uppercut. I like the uppercut being very simple and just sending you upwards. It has a good niche, especially when it comes to combat, because like you can, whoops, you can send dudes flying, which I think is a lot of fun. So I definitely want to keep the uppercut the way it is, but for like movement, I don't mind the idea of having something like a force of nature from TF2, something that, you know, blasts you in the opposite direction you shoot for cool movement. I think that sort of stuff is fun. Market gardening, yeah. Trying to make a video game, I want to let that happen. Why? Just make them lunge at you like Filts in Ultra Kill. Yeah, they just go zooming across and then do like half your health bar. I still need to finish a playthrough of Ultra Kill on Brutal. It is, true to the name, pretty brutal. Okay, you're not doing anything right now, buddy. I'm getting ready to... Yeah. Might have to reconsider how I do some of these enemy designs, because they are just not functioning right now. Let's try putting a slap mo right there, because right now they're kind of just forcing you to stop. I mean, you can like this guy, you can shoot from a distance, and that's kind of fun because like he's an obstacle, you know, you have to take care of. I did the thing again where I jumped when I shouldn't have jumped. Okay, see that's pretty fun though. Oh, no, I'm out of juice. No. Played away too dangerously. Okay, but the way these tools are starting to synergize together, even on a level like this that kind of sucks mega ass, is it's kind of starting to come together. Now that's fun. I like doing that. That still feels good to do. That feels pretty fun too. Too far. Eh. Die. Yeah, see, this combo feels very good though, because in case you missed the last devlog, how does the weapon system work? Oh, perfect opportunity to explain. So, that's the other ones. You press 1 through 5 on the keyboard to change if a finger is active or inactive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you got to do is make different combos of fingers that are extended or retracted to make different weapons. So you got like a little pistol, you got this, and bada bing, bada boom, and you do all sorts of stuff. And I've also added a new function where if you press 6, then it'll be an open like extended hand, and it'll basically just like invert all of your fingers. So like this one, these 3 fingers are active, but if you inverted it, these 2 would be active. So if you press 6, boom, it switches. So it's a really nice like little quick swap. You can do this. Yeah, the grapple hook's a little janky, but I like how stupid it is and how dumb you can be with it. Speaking of force of nature, an idea that might work is have weapons that have movement passives like the Winger. Oh, that's kind of a fun idea, yeah. Yeah, like maybe like if the pistol needs like a little bit of extra strength, like you can jump higher with it, or like you run slightly faster with like the Oh, wait. That's perfect. That's perfect. I've been trying to figure out how to balance out the bird. So maybe just by having the bird equipped, you'll have like a passive speed increase. So if you're really good, you can constantly be switching out to the bird, but it's easier to switch to the, like, it's easier to just have your gun out at all times, but if you really want to get that speed boost, you can switch out to the bird. But having it out means you don't have your gun out. That actually kind of rocks. Maybe some enemies should only spawn when you approach a certain area. That is actually a really good point, because I was thinking I would just have enemies spawn in when you reach a certain point, but then you wouldn't be able to see them. I might just need to like really put my nose to the grindstone and figure out how to do some like advanced enemy AI and Unreal stuff. Force Nature knockback into the wings. Booster jump is a really fun way to surprise people in TF2. Yeah. I love like using like the fan into the like into an atomizer triple jump, so you like get way more distance than you feel like you should. Yum. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I missed it. Get out of here. Where'd he go? Oh no, I sent him off the edge. There he goes. See ya. Yeah, the more I'm actually like playing the game, the more janky I'm realizing it is, but that's fine. We'll work it out in due time. It's all part of the process. Die. Ooh, that felt good. I'm not even designing anything right now, I'm just playing the game. Wait, no. You do... Yeah! Okay, it's definitely gonna be difficult to like, get used to doing this smoothly. But I think this is... The more I'm playing this, the more convinced I am that this is gonna be really fun when I can get it together. Because this, like, weapon switching and the way that the mechanics, like, intermingle is just kind of inherently really fun. Now, I might be a little biased, perhaps, but if you ask me, I think this game's pretty cool. What's the alarm sound for? That's when you take damage. So I've got a keybind, so if you just press T, you take damage automatically. So that's letting you know you've taken damage. I might make it a little less aggressive, but that's what it does. And if you take damage twice, then you die. And it keeps sending me back to the beginning level, because I keep forgetting to set it so that it sends you to the right level. Is there any incentive to not just snipe the enemies while staying completely safe? That's the problem? No, not really. It definitely needs to have some sort of a drawback. It's like right here, you can just shoot him twice and kill him, and it's like very, very safe. So it might be a little like counterintuitive to what you'd expect, but it might be a good idea to make the sniper rifle actually like long range, low damage. Because then the pistol could have like the better range options. Like this is a better range choice. Well, this is like... How do I even phrase this? No. I'm saying that wrong. This will be shorter range, but like good, consistent burst damage. And then this would have faster firing speed, but a longer distance. So it would be slower, and the fastest way to kill an enemy would definitely be to run at them, like get into pistol range, and that would be better. But the sniper rifle would be a good way to whittle enemies down from a distance. So if you've got an enemy that you're running up to, then you could hound it with the sniper rifle shots before you get close to it. And that might fit the balance more, because right now a sniper rifle that just has... It doesn't matter if it's got a long recharge, you could just not even have to go to certain parts of the map. Because the range is so huge, you don't even have to worry about it. Does the shotgun sigil damage scale off of distance? It actually just has a very short range. So it doesn't even shoot unless you're close. It doesn't actually... I'll let you in on a little trade secret. You know, most shotguns, they'll do like a bunch of different like line traces to... It looked like he hit something. Most shooters will like have multiple like blasts out, and it'll do all those. So it does more damage the closer you get. This is just one shot. It's just one. It just has short range. I cheated. And that's mostly just because I'm sure there's a way to do it that wouldn't be stupid, but all I can imagine for like coding a shotgun is to do a bunch of line traces, and it would be a visual like noise nightmare. And I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but anyways, do you have individual sprites for each finger combo or sprites for each finger? So I've got the Yeah, like this one. This is the general like open hand. This is when you don't have something picked. So each of these are individual sprites that change to something else. But then when you get to a different weapon, then it switches to like a dedicated weapon sprite with its own set of like shoot, recoil, all that animations. That's how it works visually. Yes. TF2 balancing, except hopefully... Nah, it's probably going to be just as stupid as TF2 balancing. Alright. Anyways, back to Schlevelschlezein. Let's put a bouncer right here. Yeah, gimme. So I guess those guys are kind of just like... They could be ways to just sort of... Yeah, that just has too much DPS. Like, even from point blank, it's just really high damage. But then if you switch to it like here... Then you can like tack on some damage. Uppercut. Kill that guy. Uppercut. Do a shot. Do a shot. Kill that guy. Boom. Yeah, Sniper Rifle is definitely too good. It does a lot more than some of the other weapons do from a lot of range, so that's going to need a pretty big rework. And you know what, before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and add a section into my notes for stuff to change. Sniper nerfs / rework. Oh wait, no, it literally is. It is TF2 balancing. The sniper's too good. I didn't even think about it like that. Okay, so that's going to need to change. Maybe there should be incentives to switch weapons. Yeah, I was thinking about like an Ultra Kill-esque style penalty. Something to give you a more clear-cut incentive to actually switch between your different weapons. I wouldn't mind having that. Game feels squimpy. Alright. Enemy that can jump from platform to platform might help. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, but I will figure out how to do that if I need to. Wait, actually, hold on, wait. Wait, hold on. I got an idea, I'm cooking. Boost me. Why didn't he not, he didn't, what are you doing? I was gonna use his boost. So I jump over him. Boost me. No, he's not boosting me, come on, man. I need your boost power. Boost me. Yeah, that kind of works out. You know, it's ow. For as janky shit. For as janky as this game is, it does feel good to play. Like just jumping around trying to find these different synergies does feel fun. Even though it is obviously very very far from being malware bites. Shut up. It is obviously very far from being complete. Die. Flying enemy would be cool, annoying. Yeah, that might be a good inclusion. Bop. Okay, I keep just hitting the play button and shooting enemies because it's fun. Let's continue the level a little bit and see what else we can get up to. So this is the section that I have as a tutorial for how to use the gravity boost. So you hold down shift, you build up your gravity, and you start charging up some speed. You release it, and you go flying in a direction really fast. So we need something like some other sections to complement it. Yeah, something like that. So let's grab this over here. And you know what? I got an idea. Let's grab this guy, drag it over here, squish it down. It's the little thin wall. Put it here, and then drag it out here. This is probably a bad idea. I just want to see how this works or not. So we've got this little section here. So you got to run through the middle, use a gravity burst to get through to the other side. And for this to function, we're probably going to have to extend this platform a good bit. So let's pull this over. And just to save us some time, I'm gonna grab the player and put him up here. There we go. Ah! Wrong spot. There we go. So you can do that. It feels good. Now to make this difficult, we can put a Gunther right here. So you got to clear him out before you can get through. I'm thinking I might just want to do a general range decrease for most of these weapons, to really incentivize getting up close and personal and properly engaging with the level design. I think it'll be better if you have less safe far options. So I think that's what I want to do. Can the bouncer hit you mid bull rush? It should be able to. I haven't done that yet, but I like that. That idea. Could do the Sydney Sleeper to balance sniper and combo with other weapons. Oh, like it applies a Girardi-esque effect. That's a cool idea. Put more bridges between the platforms like a spider web. That's actually a good point, because then that would save a lot of programming effort. But then that would just, yeah, I just have to figure out how to make the enemies. That's just more of an enemy thing. But that would save some time on the enemy designing front for sure. If you want to take the passive weapon movement a step further, it could be to potentially just add a movement secondary to each weapon. Yeah, that could be good. I could see that working well. I know at the very least I really like the idea of the bird having a movement speed increase. Because that's I wanted the bird to be prevalent, because if you're making a game and you've got the middle finger as a weapon, you have to use it prevalently, like it has to be good. So making it something that almost everybody who's good at the game would want to use as much as possible, I kind of love that idea. I think that rules. So it having a speed boost is good, and having those other passives to other stuff could also be a really great way to give extra bonuses to slightly weaker weapons. Like an extra bouncy enemy, like a super bouncer. Funny if you had an NPC that trolls you telling the tutorial and the enemies are friendly, just so they kill the player for no reason. I'm cool with being a little player hostile. Slow down time when holding a button so you'd have more time to change a weapon, but the combo time would keep going at a normal pace. That's not a bad idea. Awesome game. Thank you, GunGod64. That's just keep your current momentum when they bounce you, so you can combo Bull Rush into a Super Bull Rush. That's what they do, yeah. They add momentum and they don't. Wow, scheisse. Why am I here? Oh, I see. Okay, I gotta move this out of the way, because let me explain what's happening there. That might look very jank. So, as you can see right here, I spawn in with my cursor looking directly at the enemy, and to actually play the game, I have to click onto the screen. I click onto the screen, and it clicks on him, and since the default hand pose... Dude, clearly we need to fix your aim, Gunther. Something's not right with you. You need fixing. Gotta take you back to the lab. But what happens is that the mouse is immediately on him, so all I do is I immediately click on him and zoom towards him. Oh, he's blocking away. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I like that. Yeah, it sort of forces you to it forces you to fit in that narrow window. So it really forces aggressiveness, which I think is cool. Yeah. Alright. Okay, let's try adding maybe like a little alternate path around the side. So like you could walk around, but then you got to deal with some different, maybe even like a little bit of a trickier enemy arrangement. Let's say there's a bouncer. There's a bouncer. It's like, oh no, the bouncer's coming. Can you not reach me? Where'd he go? Bouncer! Bouncer! I can see him! Look, there he is! You can see him in the distance, he just walked off. He's a moron. No, Bouncer! Why did he walk off? Well. Okay, well clearly these guys are gonna need some more reworking than I thought they did. Gravity Rush and Bull Rush, and you swap to Bird mid-rush. That sounds hard. Bye. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. We had a boss encounters. Yeah, I intend to have at least one boss fight. Maybe more if it fits. Okay. Clearly these enemies are brain dead stupid, and we need to fix them. Make the alt path under the tutorial. That is cool. I like that. In fact, let's add a little platform down here. This is the you got trolled zone. You fool. Okay, yeah, I need to figure out how to not let these guys use their momentum to throw themselves off the edge of the screen. Cool hat, bro. Oh, thanks, Mom. I feel like I gotta make you a moderator. There you go. Now you got mod powers. Well, unfortunately, it is about time for me to wrap up. It's been 2 hours. My throat is very sore. I'm gonna go get some honey after this. Soothe my poor speaking tube. So let's just give this level one more little test run through, and we can go ahead and call it a day. Alright, there we go. Did that part pretty quick. Just getting quite low, isn't it? Oh no. Oh no, I whiffed it. That was my shot. Alright, there we go. Okay, I'm liking the way this is going. I'm liking the direction. Alright, well, thanks again, everybody, very much for showing up. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Again, should be every Tuesday at around 11:30. So, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. I think I just said the same thing twice, but farewell.